Hey guys, welcome back. It's the Southern Beer Review coming at you again. This is stop number 8 on the Magic City Brewery Trail, and we are on First Avenue at a place called Ghost Train Brewery. Um, Ghost Train used to actually be in the space that was originally occupied by Cahaba and is now occupied by Uproot, and they have a relatively new, massive space out here on First Avenue, and they've got basically inside 3 main rooms. I noticed the new, as kids of the '80s, throwback pinball machines they've added, and also, when you come in, you got to talk to Chris. He's a buddy that's been helping us with this a little bit, that we kind of met through the craft beer scene and the catering that he and his wife does. So anyway, again, stop number 8, Ghost Train Brewery, which is, by the way, one of my favorite names, and we are right by the highway. So bear with us. And John's going to take us through the beer choices.
Yeah, we've got. We're going to start with a pilsner that is called Skinny Water. I'm going to be honest, I don't like that name because it evokes sort of like a sparkling water kind of feel, but we'll see what it tastes like. Then we've got an amber lager, which is called the Amber Lager. Then we've got one of their more popular beers that you do see in stores, the Gulf Coast IPA. And then maybe their most popular beer these days, the Standard Porter.
Right.
So I'm excited to give these all a try, and I wanted to say one quick additional shout out to Chris, who I may have to give at least a bonus half a point to Ghost Train for being the coolest and my favorite bartender in the craft beer scene around Birmingham.
By the way, when you're done watching this too, go back. We've reviewed the Standard Porter before, just as a standalone beer when we were here a couple months ago.
And actually interviewed Chris very briefly on that video.
Yeah, Chris is in that video telling us a little bit about the brewery process here. So we'll jump in with the Skinny Water.
Skinny Water. I hope it tastes better than the name.
Summer beer, very crisp.
Very light.
Very light. I got just the slightest hint of lemon.
Almost delicate.
In my taste, yeah, in first taste.
Perfect beer for a hot day. I mean, I get the name. They're trying to reflect the lightness of it and how easy it is to drink.
And it is super light as far as its transparency goes. Very drinkable though. Nothing wrong with that one at all.
It's not my favorite pilsner I've ever had, but there's again nothing wrong with it. It's very good. All right, we got the amber.
So this is an amber lager. That has a pretty strong taste of. I mean, it's pretty malty for a lager, yeah. I think. That's the amber coming through, obviously.
A bit. It comes across as a bit thin to me. I'm not sure why. Like I'm gonna take that back. It's a little watery tasting to me.
Right. And listen, you know, as beer drinkers yourself, you know what you're getting into when you drink a lager. Lagers are not going to be the most flavorful beers in the world. But what I do like about the amber lager is an amber is supposed to have certain notes to it. You know, a little bit more malty than a traditional lager, like the difference between these two. And it does. I mean, it holds up pretty well as far as what it's supposed to do.
I don't know. I mean, it does. I just think I was more impressed with the Skinny Water between the two because it did. Honestly, the water is more apparent in the amber to me. It's a little more watery than I'd hoped. All right, Gulf Coast IPA.
One of their flagships. Pretty good. It's nice hoppy note, not over the top hoppy. I don't get not a whole lot through the nose up front.
What I do get through the nose is not. I don't know. This is very. I feel like I'm being overly critical right now, but this is very middling to me.
Yeah.
In terms of IPA, it's sort of just new. Like I just don't get a lot from it.
Right.
I mean, other than just a little hoppiness.
Yeah, you get the hops, but there's no overall flavor that comes crashing through.
It's drinkable. There's not much going on in that beer. Now,
Right.
we've had this before, and if I recall, I liked it.
Yeah, that's a pretty good porter. All the
Yeah.
usual suspects are present: coffee, chocolate,
Mhm.
like coffee beans,
Mm-hmm.
smokiness.
Yeah, there's definitely smokiness to this.
What a porter's supposed to do.
Yeah, yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of this. This is a beer I would drink on a regular basis.
And let me say this about the first three. One of the things that Ghost Train tries to do, and they try to sell to people, are their light lagers. They've put out a whole series of light lagers. And I can't remember all their names. And maybe I guess maybe when you do that, when you're focused on that, maybe some of the other beers suffer as well. And again, I'm not saying don't come here. I mean, it's a great place.
No, you have to come.
It just
There's good beers here too. I actually really enjoy the Skinny Water, and the two on the beginning and end I've enjoyed. The two in the middle I just didn't enjoy as much. But that could be a personal preference as well.
Right. But again, this is stop number 8 on the Magic City Brewery Trail. We're at Ghost Train Brewery. It's a great space. They've got a pizza truck I'm looking at right now. There's a food truck out front, and it's kind of in a warehouse district. Great space. They have definitely upgraded their space from where they used to be.
Yeah, it's a pleasant place to hang out. I would come here on a summer evening and hang out for a bit, especially the outdoor part.
Right.
Chris, like I said, makes a big difference to me. Coming here and knowing a bartender and a friendly guy that's very helpful about craft beer and just loves the scene. I'll go ahead and start with my rating if we're ready for that. I'm going to give it a 6.5. Bonus point for Chris being here. And so, yeah, 6.5 would be my rating.
Yeah, that's about where I am. I'd go 6 overall out of 10. And listen, please understand that when we do this, you're basically getting a 4 beer snapshot in glasses like this. They had 6 or 7 light beers, 6 or 7 IPAs, not 6 or 7 IPAs, but 6 or 7 hoppy beers. They had your traditional sours and your dark beers.
That. One thing, if you're a sour person,
so we could have just gotten the wrong thing.
Yeah, we're not sour people, and I do know they generally have that pretty big selection of sours here. So come down, try those. And honestly, we're not here to run any brewery down. I think at 6.5, I think it's well worth your time. And I am, like William said, we're grading it based on this trip, this experience.
Right.
So, yeah, don't let that dissuade you from coming down. But at the same time, we've got to give our honest ranking.
And there aren't many breweries, guys. I mean, just about every brewery you go to, you'll probably have beers that you don't like and beers you do like. I mean, that's just the way it is. So, well, again, guys, we appreciate you sticking around. Come down and check out Ghost Train. Introduce yourself to Chris, and you'll have some conversation you won't regret being a part of for sure.
We'll see you guys the next time.
Thanks.
Take care.